Hi guys, and welcome into a brand new episode here on the channel, and a different kind of episode today. Episode 17, and I'm going to bring to you my intake of a season review, so to speak. So I've got 5 points in the video that I'm going to discuss in terms of our season review, and then that also would lead into how we're going to proceed into season 4 with Sabadell. In our second season in La Liga Smartbank. So without further ado, guys, don't forget, if you are enjoying the episodes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your bell so you never miss an episode. And if you wish to follow me on social media, at TrickyRicky4 is the best place to do so. And if you want to come and watch the streams, I do stream Foot Manager Monday to Friday over on Twitch TV. At TrickyRicky4 is the channel name. We stream 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. UK time, so always feel free to come across and join in the good vibes that are always bouncing around the chat, and enjoy the streams, guys. I mean, the more support we get, the bigger the channel gets. And I can only thank you all for that support. Guys, so without further ado, let's get into the video. And let's talk about season review, season 3. So, guys, the first point I want to bring to you is the last 9 games. Obviously, in the last episode, you would have seen the slender 3-2 defeat against Rayo Vallecano. That gave us a chance, a nibble at the playoffs. Unfortunately, we lost it, as you would have saw in the last episode. And since then, results have been absolutely dire. As you can see, we just faded out big time. We lost to Numancia 4-1 after the defeat against Vallecano. We did get a slender 1-0 victory over Valencia Mestalla. We then lost 3-0 against Tenerife away from home. We then beat Almira 3-0, and then we lost 5 games on the spin, guys. A 6-0 defeat away from home against Albacete, 3-2 defeat against Real Zaragoza, a 5-2 defeat against Deportivo La Coruña, a 1-0 defeat against Fuenlabrada, and then a 2-0 defeat to finish the season away to Oviedo. Where did that mean that we finished in the season then? Well, in terms of the finish in the league, we finished 14th. With 14 wins, as you can see just here. 14 wins, 11 defeats. So 11 draws, 17 defeats. Minus 19 goal difference. And 53 points on the table. So a very, very inconsistent season. I mean, if you look over the results, you can see that it was a very, very inconsistent season. Going back from the start of the season, we did start 6 games unbeaten, which seems to be a bit customary for us. I mean, 3 seasons now. We've gone 6 games. We've started well, shall I say. We've started, not too sure, 6 games this season just gone. We then absolutely tore the Segunda Division B group apart. We ended up going before we lost our first game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12... 17, 23, 24 games unbeaten in all competitions. Before that slender 1-0 defeat against Valencia in the Copa del Rey. We didn't actually lose a game in the league until we lost against Andorra 3-2 towards the back end of the season. And then in our first season, yeah, we started 4 games unbeaten. So we've always started well in terms of the season, but as you can see, it quickly, that little spell here where we went unbeaten, 6 games unbeaten. But things just very inconsistent. Very, very inconsistent. So that leads me on to my next point. And the tactics for season 4. And why these tactics. So what we're going to do, we're going to have positive mentality. I always like to try and play on the positive foot. Always like to try and play on the front foot, right? We're going to have high tempo in terms of our passing. Just gonna have a standard passing, though. The standard passing, but quick, right? A bit like, who can we describe it to? Maybe one of your boys in the La Liga, right? Who don't necessarily go direct, or they don't really play it tippy-tappy, but they play standard passing with quick tempo. Maybe someone like Valencia, Villarreal, Sevilla. I mean, they're not direct, but they are quick in their passing. So that's what we're going to try and do. In transition, once we've lost the ball, we're going to ask the team to come back. So we're going to regroup. We're going to regroup when we've lost it. And it's when we've won it, we're going to pounce. Right? So we're going to try and hit on the counter. And then in terms of out of possession, so we're going to have a higher line of engagement. We're going to try and engage teams further up the field. Not urgently, but a little bit of urgence. And then in terms of our defensive line, I'm going to have it set quite high. Reason why we're going to go quite high with the tactic, the defensive line, is I want to engage teams as soon as they cross this halfway line. I want to be there. I want to get in. I want to get into them. I want to get engaging into them. I want to get into them. So that's what we're going to do in terms of the tactics. The third point for the season review that I want to bring to you is our end of season rewards. So without doubt, there's probably only going to be one guy that won the end of season rewards, and that did go to none other than the man himself, Mr. El Nino, who won with 67% of the votes. I mean, there's no surprise, right? The boy was on fire. And what was a very, very inconsistent season, to get 32 goals in 41 games in all competitions, I think that is really, really, really good. So we've got him for another season, I think. I do believe we have him for another season. We do have him for another season. The end of next season, we'll see if we can bring him in on a permanent, or we'll see if we can... I wonder if I can actually further that loan now, boys. Let's have a look. Loan. He want 60% of his wages, which I don't mind doing. The end of next season. So that'd be for the season and another season, right? Am I right in thinking that? Pretty sure I'm right in thinking. Boys, I'm going to take this off, though. Can be recalled. Remove and exclude. Loan cannot be terminated. That's fine. Can play against... Yeah, I don't mind about that. Can play in cup matches, yes. And then I'm going to make him optional future fee as well. What's he valued at? 275. Let's offer him 500k. We have negotiated the deal. Right, okay. But let's try $1 million. They offer him $1 million. Right, they're not willing to sell him, but they will loan us him for another season. So I'm going to accept that demand. We then got El Nino now for another 2 seasons, which I'm great. That's fantastic, because we're going to try and turn this boy into an absolute animal. I mean, if he can hit 32 goals in 41 games, he's some player, right? He is some player. So we're going to definitely look to further his deal, without a doubt. A live bit of transfer business there, right on your testicles, boys. Second place went to Aaron Ray in the fans player of the season, and then third place was Antonio Romero. So the 2 central midfielders picking up the second and third spots in the fans player of the season. Goal of the season went to Aaron Ray. Let's have a little look then against this. Let's have a look at the goal of the season for Aaron Ray. What was voted the goal of the season? It was against Husia. Let's have a wee look at Aaron Ray's goal of the season winner. Let's have a wee look. We were playing our 4-1-2-2-1, which are customary. They were playing a 4-2-3-1. Here we go. So Calavera played it to Ray, into Otto, into Aaron Ray, picks up the ball, 1 touch, and then bang. Good finish. That won him goal of the season. Song of the season was Thiago Rodriguez. Don't surprise me. I mean, I think he played the majority. I mean, saying that though, Kalulu was new here, right? Kalulu was. We brought Kalulu in. He ended up with a 6.69 rating, so I want a bit more from him next season. Grilla, I think we brought in last season, didn't we? On a season-long loan. Sorry, 2 season-long loan. He got a 6.86, so again, I want a bit more out of him next season. He's still only 18 years old, so he's a young pot man. Babatore was on loan to us last season. Again, I'd like a bit more out of him. Calavera, I think this was his 2nd season, if I could be wrong. Yeah, it was. Well, we had him for 9 games. This is his first full season, and he did all right. But I want a bit more out of him. But what I've decided to do, guys, is change Calavera's role to a defensive midfielder instead of an anchorman. Yeah. So what I've decided to do there, guys, is play Calavera on a defensive midfield role as opposed to an anchorman. We've changed his role very slightly. Who else came in? Onino we've already discussed. And then Ioma, Santiago Bueno. Those guys were more backup players, to be fair. More backup players. In terms of our budgets for next season, we have been given a £55,000 per week wage budget and a transfer budget of 790k, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, right at the beginning of the season, I think we were about £3 million in debt. We are now 819,000 in credit, boys. In the black. We are in profit, boys. And as you can see, we're £12,000 under our wage budget already. We've got 790k spend in terms of transfer budget. We've got we're now getting 35% of transfer revenue. So that's unreal. Let me see if I can do anything here. Maybe improve things very slightly. Are we allowed any new staff? No. Right. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. And then in terms of the vision for next season, what the club are after, again, is just fight bravely against relegation. That's it. And continue to remain in La Liga too. That's the 5-year plan. The club culture, sign players under the age of 23 for the first team. Develop players using the club's youth system, which you can't quite do yet, but we will look to try and do that before the end of the 10-year spell here at Sabadell. Make the most of set pieces, which we always try to do, and then play high-tempo pressing football. Let me just go back to our tactics a second. Make sure we've got no point doing that. In fact, there's no point me doing this until the start of the new season, because we're going to bring in new players in. So I'll end up changing it anyway. So we'll save that for a moment. We'll save that. You guys will see all that in the next episode, which will be the summer transfer incomings and outgoings, if there are any outgoings, of course. I'm sure there will be. I'm sure there'll be a few players that we look to release. And then we'll definitely be looking at players to bring in. I have identified some positions, and I have got a list. I got a list, boys, on my little blue board. My little blue board. So we've got on there a new goalkeeper. Why a new goalkeeper? Well, because Falcon is 38. He's getting on a little bit now. Contract's coming to an end, so I think it's time to say goodbye to Falcon. He did what he needed to do, right? He was very, very good in that season here, where he only conceded 31 goals. But then last season he was. He still got 8 clean sheets, but I lost count how many goals we gave up through mistakes that a better keeper, I feel, wouldn't have conceded, in my opinion. We're going to need a new left back. Obviously, we've got Abdullah Ndor, but I think Abdullah is more situated to a backup player, to be honest. And then we've got Baba Toure, but he was on loan to us. And again, Baba Toure's okay. I wouldn't mind Baba Toure maybe as a backup instead of Abdullah Ndor. I'm not sure when he. Oh, we can approach to sign him. How much is Ndor on? 1.5. He's on contract though. 4. Right. Okay. We'll just keep Ndor then. We're keeping Ndor. So we're going to be looking at a new left back, a better left back. 2 central midfielders, a central midfield support, and a deep line playmaker. Romero's good. Don't get me wrong. Ray is good. Ray ended up with a 7.10 rating overall. So, decent. And then Romero ended up with a 7.5. So good ratings, but I think we just need that extra little bit of quality. And that's why I'm looking at those two. We need 2 new inside forwards from the right. Again, Otto's decent, but I think we could get better. we did have Oz Cody, who his contract's going. I mean, I'll let him go. He's 32 years old now. I think he's done what he needed to do for us, to be fair. And then Poveda, who we did have on loan. Not too, I don't think I. No, it expires at the end of the season. He's going back. He's always been a bit of a bit part player, to be fair. Never been a starter. So that is Ian Carlo Poveda. And then I'm going to look at a backup for, well, either a backup or maybe even a starter. I don't know yet. Because Valio's good. I mean, Valio hit 16 goals last season. So not as many as he did the season before, because it is a step up in quality, but he did get more assists. And again, he played a big part of last season, just on, should I say. In terms of why I looked at those positions, when I went to the team report and I looked at my squad depth, what I like when I'm building a squad, at least a starting 11, right? Obviously, your other players that are backups, they could be good. I mean, obviously, if you can get them all good, all your backups as in terms of good, in terms of your great, good, average, poor. If you can get good, then happy days, right? But you want at least average, right? You want at least average in terms of your backups. In terms of my starting 11, I always like a great player, someone that is labeled great in terms of his current ability right now for the league that we are in. Right, I like my players to be great. So as you can see, the goalkeeper is average. We need a better goalkeeper. We need a new left back because we've only got 2 good left backs. Centre backs, we're blessed. We're absolutely blessed with centre backs. We need no centre backs. We need a new right back potentially. Although we do have Kululu, who's up and coming. And he's nowhere near his potential yet. But I'm still not too sure if he's better situated to that of a right back or that of a centre back. What puts me off him as a centre back is his height. He's only 5'11". He does have 12 jumping, and then in terms of as a fullback, I mean, he's got decent crossing, just not unreal crossing. So I'm in a catch-22 situation where it comes to Kululu. We've got Calavera, Josep Calavera, who's going to be our DM. We're going to try and get him eventually off his loan onto a permanent deal. We have got him till the end of next season when his contract runs out of Atletico. So hopefully we can do something there. We've got 1 great, Josep Calavera, then 2 good. So that's what I'm saying. I want 2 great, and then backups to be Ray and Romero, right? We've got 1 great, which is Al Nino. Of course, we know Al Nino's good. And then we got Francis Ferran. I'm not too sure if we renewed Ferran's contract. Have a little. He doesn't want to talk, so it might mean we either go and get us a striker. So we have got Valio that can play up front, and we have got Otto. I mean, we have got players from the inside forward roles that can push into striker if we need them to. So maybe striker's not a position we look to go all out in. I mean, we've only got a wage budget of 12k at the minute in terms of what we're under our wage budget. So we've got 12k to play with. And then we've also got 790k in terms. So I'm probably going to look to splash a lot of that on a goalkeeper, if I'm being totally honest. I think we need the goalkeeper. A good team, a great team, a title-winning, promotion-chasing team always has a good spine, right? So you've got a great striker. We're going to get 2 great centre midfielders. We're going to have a great DM. We're going to have 2 great centre-backs. We're going to potentially have a great goalkeeper. Fill that in with the rest of the squad and the right tactical setup and staying consistent. We might have a good chance to really challenge for a playoff spot. I think we are in our 2nd season, and when we go in, whenever I go up to a new season, I always like to give myself at least 3 years. So the first year we just try and consolidate. 2nd year we push for the playoffs, and the 3rd season we push for promotion. Right? So we're on course. We're on course. That's what I'm saying. We're on course to still get the promotion in the 3 seasons, and then have 5 seasons to try and crack the hold of Atletico, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Real Madrid, maybe even the likes of Sevilla, Villarreal. I mean, it's going to give us 5 seasons to really, really crack it. So that's that. And then the last thing I want to talk to you about, guys, is the our biggest win and biggest defeat. We're going to start with the biggest defeat, so let me just find it. I think it was that 6-0 hammering. The game you wouldn't have seen. Yeah, it was the 6-0 hammering. So let's have a quick little look over the goals. We'll quickly watch watch this one. It's Albacete. It was the biggest defeat of the season, unfortunately. A 6-0 absolute hammering to Albacete. But it is what it is, isn't it? We just didn't play well. We moved the ball around well, which is what we always do, but just struggle defensively sometimes. Inconsistencies. And I hope that with a better goalkeeper commanding that back line, I'm hoping that might play a part. I mean, Nino had a chance there. I mean, if he scores there instead of heading it straight at the keeper, I think we may score a goal the same year. A little off chance, but then Valeo gives the ball away. Alvaro puts the ball in the box. Cleared away. Back to Alvaro Pina. But as soon as the goal went in, it just, we just seemed to drop our heads and we didn't pick up from there. Azamum. I mean, good build-up play here from Albacete. But to lose 6-0 to Albacete was appalling. And no, it isn't. That's not the first. The first goal's here now coming up. It was just a bad day at the office. Terrible day at the office. And we got absolutely hit for 6. It was like getting a right hook from Mike Tyson and then finished off by Tyson Fury. As you saw, Albacete and Afif scored the first there for Albacete. Their second goal came courtesy of, I think it was Sean. Is that his name? Yeah, Sean Hiri. Across the goalkeeper. I mean, Falcon. I mean, a better keeper doesn't allow that to go in. That's just poor keeping. Poor goalkeeping. The third goal came through Pina. Azamun played the ball here. Costello. No, Nodoki? I think that's how you pronounce it. Abeleo. Azamun. Back to Caro. Into Nodoki. Azamun. Booster. Valentine. I mean, look at all the space they've got. We just need to get on them a bit more. I'm hoping in, the new tactics, I'm hoping with the new tactical setup, we can find some consistency. Get some new signings in the door. And again, a long-range shot that feel a better goalkeeper there doesn't allow that to go in. Feel a better goalkeeper there does not allow that to go in. When we did it, we did have our chances. I mean, here we go again on the break. But Otto played a beautiful ball into Ferron, who crashed his header off the bar. I mean, it's not as if we didn't have shots, we didn't have chances. We had abundance of chances. We just didn't score. Just did not take our chances. Again, an attack here. Hugo Valio. Lovely challenge. Goes out for a corner. Nothing came to the corner. It was just one of those games where on another day we probably do score, but and that's their fourth. Just a ball in from Pina onto the head of Boris. That was their fourth goal. Fifth goal was Diego Caballo again. And then their sixth goal was Afif, who got another one. Fuster. Just a simple ball into Afif, who popped it past the keeper. I mean, what? Look, watch this. Albacete get a throw in here, right? Watch the keeper. This is what I'm saying. Alcon's just not good enough anymore. Fuster. Look, watch. And then he dies about 10 years later. Like, what are you doing? But that was that. That was that, guys. That was the heaviest defeat of the season. Unfortunately. And then in terms of our biggest win of the season, let's just find our biggest win. What was our biggest win? Got a 4-1 there against Ponferradina. A 5-1 win against Atletico San Luquano in the Copa del Rey. Excuse me, guys. Hiccups. Ponferradina, again, we've actually beat Ponferradina 4-1. Both games. 4-1 away, 4-1 at home. Let's see. Let's see the... what should we see? Let's see the Atletico San Luquano first round Copa del Rey action. 5-1. Let's watch the goals. Aonino with a hat-trick and Arnu Comas with 2 goals. The hat-trick for the striker and 2 goals for the... Here's the first one. Aaron Ray. Plays it at Aonino. Beautiful ball. Past the keeper, 1-0. Beautiful ball from Aaron Ray. And then Kululu sends one over the top into Aonino. Past the keeper, 2-0. And then Otto with a ball in the box. There's Comas with his first. They did get one back. Navas to Alex Garcia. That pulled it back to 3-1. But then we pushed on again. Hugo into Comas, past the keeper. That made it 4-1. And then Comas over the top into Aonino, past the keeper, 5-1. Game, set, match. And that saw us into the second round of the Copa del Rey, which we subsequently, is that a word? We've lost, boys, right? We lost 4-3 against Malaga. Get us knocked out of the second round of the Copa del Rey for the second time, guys. That's gonna be it, guys. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that covered everything in terms of our season review. Don't forget, if you are enjoying the episodes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your bell so you never miss an episode. And if you ever want to see anything featured on the channel, just drop a drop a comment in the down below. And don't forget, you can always come and watch the streams live on Twitch TV at Tricky Ricky 4 is the channel name, Monday through to Friday when we stream Football Manager, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. UK time. And if you want to follow me on social media at Tricky Ricky 4 is the best place to do so. Guys, until next time, take care, stay safe, adios.